he got motivated by it so much, and basically he knows everything you need to know about Russia and everything you can know about Russia, while Shiina just started basically learning from the resources that Finbarr created and started building off that.
It's the Padawan and the Master that are going up against one another, at least in terms of Russian knowledge. To talk a bit about these two players in terms of their playstyle, though, I had the pleasure of casting one of the wildcard matches that Shiina was playing, especially in moving. He likes to take his time, kind of similar to what we saw with Kunzis and Blinky, but I feel like with the opponents he was going up against, they were forcing him to guess fast. They were very quick in their moving guesses, and I feel like it kind of caught Shiina off a bit because he likes to take more time. Curious to see if maybe Finbarr saw some of that too, and it's going to try and pressure him, or if he's not going to play into that at all.
That's a really good point. I think the strategies here are going to be very interesting. I don't know how Finbarr will react to that, but we will see. We also saw Shiina mentioned that he is pretty nervous for these games. Yeah. So that might play a part and might also lead Finbarr to guessing more quickly and maybe putting the pressure on him.
Definitely.
Maybe force a mistake.
Yeah, definitely. You know what? Let's get into it.
Look what we got in
Let's
the
get
first
straight into
round.
it.
We got another home field round, I think.
Yeah?
This does look to me like Sweden.
It looks very Swedish. Signs, streets, everything checks out. Let's see if the players will find this as well. And again, as I said before, let's see if maybe Finbarr tries to apply some pressure early on, knowing that Shiina might not be in the headspace, as you were saying. But coming off of a win, let's see. Well, a lot of early info here.
I think Finbarr found info there really early. I think it's at Värmlandstrafiken on that bus, which is a county in Sweden. Or like, I don't know if it's counties or provinces or states. I don't know how they are called. I apologize to all the Swedish viewers from home. But Värmland, if you know it, then you could guess it instantly. I don't think Shiina got that information, so they are still moving along. Maybe searching for place names instead. Yeah. Both taking their sweet time, though.
Definitely.
No instant pressure from Finbarr.
Their sweet time. I see what you did. Oh, I see what you did there. Now more info to be found. Ooh,
I think Shiina is scanning for province borders.
Yeah.
While zooming into the province border, he can see that they are labeled on the map, so he was not 100% confident Värmland was where it is.
Already now we're seeing Shiina do a lot faster guessing than what we saw in the wildcard quals, and you can see it here. He's on point, just a couple of miles east.
I would not say that the playstyle is different. I would just say he found enough info that he was very confident.
Fair.
And let's see what round 2 brings. Again, looks like Northern Europe to me, and this is a pretty bad camera quality. Unlucky, but that only exists in Finland, so this should be pretty easy for the players to tell.
So much Northern Europe, so little Denmark.
Yeah, Toby famously casting as a Danishman.
We'll get there eventually.
If we get a Denmark round.
When we get Denmark, it's bound to happen. It's going to be when the other guys are casting.
Oh.
Yeah, that's when we get all the Danish.
Might happen.
Cool. Well, we'll see. We'll see if that's going to be the case or not. Big intersection means big signs, and there quickly both street and city info to be found for Finbarr.
Both of them have it though, and it is very much in the north because the road number starts with a 9, which are the most northern roads in Finland. Both of them scanning for the road. I don't think they know the town names because we don't see an Instasend. But yeah, who's gonna find it first?
I like how the pacing is kind of different. With the game that we just cast at Kunzis and Blinky, it was all like this intensity of the World Cup champions. Now, we're kind of back into the group stage vibe of these guys trying to, get early games going their way. And as you were saying too, one of them coming out from a win just before, one of them coming off of a loss. A lot more pressure here on Finbarr, as this time around it will be him being closer by just as much. 167 damage done to Shiina. Both of them taking at least a hit here in the first 2 rounds.
Alright, and this one is a bigger country, and it's one of the hardest countries to play on moving, in my opinion, because we have India, and not a lot of players are able to read Indian scripts. Blinky is able to. I don't think these players are able to, but let's see if they find info on any other places that maybe is written in Latin script.
That's what I like. There's a very unique way of being good at languages in a GeoGuessr vibe. You don't need to speak the language. You just need to be able to recognize words that are useful. You don't need to know what they mean. Just understand where they're used.
Exactly. If you know how the addresses are structured in Bangladesh, for example, even if you can't read Bengali, you will be able to know, okay, this word has to be the city name. So you can compare characters on the map. And that's also something you can do in India.
Definitely is. Ooh, Shiina fast once again.
That is a quick lock-in. I don't maybe he actually was able to read something there. That is entirely possible to me. Or he saw one of the characters that is unique to Marathi language, because he goes from Maharashtra. Finbarr, also in Maharashtra. I believe that was the case here in this round. I didn't check for myself, but we probably had one of those characters on the sign that is only found in this state.
Small damages once again. And just to go off what I was saying before, keep in mind, everyone out there, that there are multiple games taking place at the same time. There is both a C and a C stream, a B and a C stream as well.
Yes.
Where these games are being played. So if your favorite player is not playing on the main stream in Group A right now, you can watch them on the other streams. Have all those tabs open, swap back and forth between the games, because they are all taking place at the same time.
Exactly. We are in the Netherlands here. Yellow license plates looking flat. Let's see what the players do here. But yeah, if you didn't get enough of Consus or Blinky in the first game, then you can watch them on the B stream. And if you are very excited to see how CG and Swan Gambit are playing, you can also watch the B stream.
Yep. Can. Shiina finds a bike, another Netherlands info.
Bike, definitely. If you see a bike, I think you should insta send Netherlands.
Ooh, get the street info there as well. N370 something for Finbarr, trying to narrow down, not only region, but of course preferably finding the specific road.
While Finbarr is down a few points here, I think he at this moment is a little bit quicker at finding the info.
Yeah.
That is definitely something that plays a part here in this match, and he sends pretty quickly. It's kind of out there, so it could be some points.
And again, I mean, Shiina, of course, when the other guest comes in, quickly take those 15 seconds, use every single one of them. It's free time for you to use. Finbarr, though, found the road, found the city as well, just 10 kilometers off, and that is 875 damage done to Shiina here early on.
Very good for the mental of Finbarr here, I think.
True.
To get some early damage in. And I think the next moving round, we are going to be in Romania. Look at this huge yellow sticker. I believe that this might have even the town name on it. But let's get our players in here and see if they can figure it out or not.
Yeah, well,
sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. But yeah, big yellow sticker.
Oh, Finbarr, you saw him flying past and going, oh, wait
Absolutely.
a minute, there was a sign.
Immediately looking at the sticker here, as I said. Might have info, but I don't think I saw a town name.
Yet another case of Finbarr going in one direction, Shiina going in the other. And it could be so, I mean, you never know what info lies just around the next corner. And for Shiina, sorry, he's still full speed sending it down the street. Now he's starting to open the map, obviously realizing a long time ago that it's Romania, but hasn't quite found the info of exactly where.
But they will both be close because the very big yellow stickers are found in the northeast of the country. Also, we have tin roofs everywhere, which is more common of a southern or eastern thing. So I believe this is northeast Romania somewhere. And, ooh, that might be very, very interesting info for Finbarr here. Interesting, yeah, I think he might have found the town here even. No, he didn't find the town, but he's going in the northeast. And Shiina is just a little bit south of it. Not gonna be the biggest damage.
3 times multiplier is still gonna hit a bit, but not gonna be too tough.
Wow.
Finbarr once again has the city locked down. 600 damage.
Very good
Yet
guess.
another pretty good chunk of damage done to Shiina, down to almost 4,000 now, just above. So a good 1,000 point lead starting to be accumulated here for Finbarr.
And now, in this round, I think this is one of the specialties of Shiina, although he didn't mention it. I know that he's really, really good at Argentina.
Okay.
And this is definitely an Argentinian power pole. With this car, I would go Chaco province.
Let's see. Let's see if they're going to do the same, or if things are going to pan out differently.
If Shiina feels confident here, he might go for an insta-guess.
Yeah.
Because I know he's really, really good at Argentina.
Let's see. He hasn't zoomed down on the car just yet. Oh, there you go. Now the car's locked down.
Lining it up immediately.
He's gonna line the road up already. Okay, that's when you know. That's when you know he knows what's happening.
And Shiina is indeed in Chaco province here, as I
Shiina.
expected.
Do it.
Quick send.
There you go.
Wow, putting pressure on Finbarr. Will he respond correctly here? He might have some info there on these signs, but he's not going to use it. He's close though. Close to where Shiina is. I don't think he has found a town name, but yeah, they are both in the same province, and that is exactly around.
Nearby, a little closer, actually, Finbarr this time around. So even though Shiina tried to play the fast game, Finbarr was instantly there to follow. I like the idea of them lining up the road. Talk to me a bit about, as we come into this next game, this whole road lineup and how it works.
You have a compass in the game, and if you align the compass straight north and look down, then you will see the road exactly angled up like it would be on the map. And that's very useful for finding the right road.
And especially for roads like this one, if you know the country and the region you're in as well, and you have a long straight road, if it goes super like diagonal or something like that, it can be very easy to line up.
Absolutely. There's a road sign though, so probably they will just go there. It is a Finbarr strength.
Okay.
This Google truck is found in Kazakhstan and also these bollards and the flat prairie landscape confirm that. Let's send the players in. Let's see if Finbarr can play out his strength here, but I feel like Shiina is not going to be too far away.
Round number 7, 4 times multiplier. This one can still swing both ways. 1,000 points separate the two. As Shili is the first info we get.
It might be a river name.
Yeah.
I don't think that's super knowable. Shiina is already lining up roads, doesn't even look for info, while Finbarr is looking at road signs, and he does find them, which is very helpful actually in this case.
Definitely. Both of them obviously already in the correct country. We'll see who's going to get the closest guess on this one. Both taking their time here as well. I thought maybe with the quick login and road lineup from Shiina, he was going to guess instantly, but thinks better of it. Obviously being 1,000 points behind and us already being in round 7. If you take any more big losses here, that could be game over if we were to make it all the way to round 10. Nice additional info there being found for Shiina though.
15 seconds left, and I think this info is better for Shiina than the one is for Finbarr, because the town of Oil, although it is very far away, does not seem to be very findable yet. I don't think he sees it.
Yeah.
So who's gonna be closer here? They're on the same road, so it is minimal damage, but Shiina is closer.
Minimal damage, but big points for Shiina. 1,600, and just like that, Shiina is ahead as we head on into round number 8.
Round number 8 is gonna put us somewhere in Africa. I believe this is Nigeria. Do you know this car, Toby?
Yes, I do. The Babu car always driving behind you in Nigeria.
The police car that is pulling the Google car over in Nigeria. Okay, let's see what the players do here. There's definitely points to Big 8 on Nigeria. It's kind of a big country.
Is there anything regionally that you think here of with the foliage, anything that can... Oh, okay, Finbarr is instantly zooming in.
Palm trees are kind of regional in Nigeria, but usually in a moving game you would search for a shopfront address.
Yeah.
Because addresses are very common in Nigeria. You will find them basically anywhere, and if they learned the state names of Nigeria, then they will be able to get the correct region here.
I do think there are some very creative shop names in Nigeria in general.
Oh, absolutely.
They get really, really good shop names.
Oh, this sign might be good for Shiina here. Abia State government. Abia State is in the southeast somewhere. I don't know if Finbarr has found the same info. I didn't
Do you go fast if you're Shiina?
I think he has to send Abia State here, and that's what he does.
Yeah.
While Finbarr is still... I don't think he has found this exact... Oh, now he's found Abia State.
That's the info with the Nigerian city maps as well, is that there is really good signs, but there's a trillion signs whenever you get into the city, so a lot of them will bait your attention, and here we go, both in the right city, right next to one another. 9 damage. As we head on in to the ultimate round, number 9. It's not really the ultimate round. It's
not the ultimate. It's
one of the ultimate rounds. I thought it was round.
I love the word penultimate, by the way. This is interesting because do you know where we are, Toby? Do you have a hunch here?
O-R-E.
Blocky cars. I don't know.
You're making it sound like I should go to Japan.
It is Japan.
Oh, you know what? Just before we start this one, Shiina had a lot of game winners in Japan. He was very fortunate to have late game Japan maps that got him some really good rounds in the wildcard qualifiers.
In Wildcard 3, he got to the finals and barely lost out to MK Person. And he had a lot of game winners on Japan. Can he do it again? Let's get the players in.
Where is Finbarr in this Japan discussion? Now, obviously, he's going to quickly realize the country, but who locks it in faster? We've seen Shiina kind of pick up the pace a little bit. Finbarr is instantly over there as well.
Finbarr has definitely learned all of his Japanese power pole meta, and that is definitely going to be very useful for him in determining the region here. Shiina obviously knows it as well.
Oh, he's on the highway.
There's a highway, it just points to Tokyo. Oh, Finbarr has not found the info. And the red soil, that is game. Shiina with the 5k basically. Finbarr far away.
16,000 damage done as Finbarr caught off, way off, didn't have the info, as you said, seemed confident in his guess, but it was as far away as they come within the same country.
I can totally explain this guess from Finbarr here. We saw red soil, we saw not a lot of northern looking trees. My first vibe was Okinawa as well, which are the islands down there which have super red soil. But the thing is, the plate on the power pole was a silver metal one, which is more common in the Tokyo area, and then Shiina could confirm it with the sign.
I don't think there's a lot of highways on Okinawa that says Tokyo, turn right.
Probably not, no.
But again, I mean, that's the coin flip of do you go one way or do you go the other on the street? And in this case,
Finbarr decided to not really move a lot.
Yeah,
because he thought he was only going to find info on the power poles, but that was
a dangerous round 9 vibe guess on that one instead of trying to roam further around. Now we go into no move though. You can do everything you could before, except you cannot move. So you can spin around, you can zoom around. That's all you can do as we head into round number 2. Shiina ahead 1-0.
All right. Let's look at what we got here in round number 1. We are looking like somewhere in Europe. I would personally guess Romania here, maybe. But
that's not a famous pole on the right side with like the big chunky pole there?
It is not.
Okay.
I've never seen this one. It's a dam. I think it's a pretty difficult round, though. Might be in the Alps as well. Might even be in the Pyrenees.
Would you say this might end up being a damn difficult round?
Oh my God, Toby, that's a good
one.
Let's
go. That's a throw.
That's a good one. Let's get them into the game and see if they also find it damn difficult or not.
Well, we'll see. Shiina, very close to the screen. I love that we have the webcams here, because some of the players sometimes, especially when we get NMP set rounds, their faces, like their noses will be touching the screens.
You can zoom with the mouse or you can zoom with your face. That's the beauty of GeoGuessr.
Exactly. Oh, a little bit of info there in the distance, but it looked like it's just concrete and nothing, and trying to maybe get some of the info off of the pillar. It looks like it has, what, 900? Something similar to it, not quite sure.
Yeah, I don't think that is usable info, sadly. So I think they're gonna resort to other things. Finbarr, first into the map, and he's going to Romania, which was my first thought. Locking it in, pressure on Shiina. Can he respond? Oh, he's not sure. He's hedging between like Italy and Romania.
Hedging, explain.
Hedging is when you are not sure what country it is. You have multiple options and you decide to go between them.
Yeah.
But he changes it up, goes to Romania, which is exactly where Finbarr was, and that ends up being 1 damage.
A single point of damage. You know what? All damage is damage, and that's all I got to say about that. Cow meta, though. Now, as we have a waving person there in the distance to take pictures of said cows.
If you are watching right now,
I hope
face blurred person, then please let yourself be known in chat. This is an interesting round here. Maybe we're gonna see a Germany here. That might be my vibe. Maybe it's like Belgium or France also.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting one. Let's get the players in. I think they will zoom for copyright here because all of the German coverage has a 2023 copyright.
I was just gonna say, and again, I mean, I'm hoping that we have a lot of new viewers out there, and when we talk copyright, explain to me a bit about how that works as well here in the early rounds of the game.
I think Finbarr just zoomed into 2020 copyright instead, so that rules out Germany because Germany did not have Street View until the year of 2023, except for in very big cities.
And it goes to show the depth of things you can pinpoint location based on. The camera copyright that you can zoom in on, get the info on when countries get set, new copyrights made, and well, there you have it.
That makes total sense. It looked a little bit like Germany. It was very close to Germany in Belgium there. You could rule out Germany.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's see what the next round brings us. Round number 3. And we have some interesting stone buildings.
Yeah.
We have some fences. We have some of these trees. And I think, honestly, these trees should point you, and the super light soil should point you in the Yucatan Peninsula of Mexico. Again, I might be wrong though. Let's see what the players do.
I hope you sounded very confident. I hope you're right.
I would say 70% confident. But it could be Colombia. I can't rule that out.
A little chip there of the antenna. Is there any car meta to go off of?
There might be. I don't think this is...
Shiina's playing this fast.
I think he's also pretty good at Mexico, to be honest. The soil looks more like a little bit east of where Shiina is, but the agriculture makes sense. Finbarr and Colo, though. And it is Mexico. Yeah, it is the Yucatan Peninsula, so I would have been a little bit closer there. But as I called out, Colombia is a very reasonable guess here. It's a lot of damage, though. Finbarr...
Definitely.
Finbarr has lost his first game. He has lost his moving game. And if he wants to advance in this group, I think it's kind of a do or die. You have to make a comeback here.
It's definitely going to be tricky, no doubt about it. There might be tiebreakers in the worlds where he could still make it through. But Finbarr, my friend, now is the time to strike back. Shiina is looking really good in these first couple of rounds. And now,
do we get something that he wants?
Let's see.
Round number 4. It's not a Russia. It looks very tropical. And we have some language here that is Thai language. Let's see what the players do here.
Finbarr, oh Finbarr, the world looks upon you. Will you be able to continue your journey forward in this tournament?
Can he do it for Cork, Ireland? I hope so. I think we want to see an NMPZ, right?
This is one of those annoying ones where you have all the info just around the corner. Like, oh, there's a sign there, but it's just a bit too far away. Oh, there's a statue there, but we're looking at the back side of it. Like, there's so much info in this area, but you cannot move.
Absolutely. Also, you maybe cannot read it.
True. Well, that's another factor, of course. So you gotta work with what you can. Live
Finbarr with an interesting fact here. He zoomed in onto the insulators. They look very long, which is very common in the south of Thailand. And also the maximum north of Thailand. But this looks more south. Shiina, I think, also saw the insulators. We don't see any... Oh!
Okay.
Maybe. Shiina is not sure if it's south or north.
He's bouncing back and forth. Are we going into coin flip territory here, Shiina?
If they go for a different guess, then it will be game for anyone because it's either north or south.
Yeah. Could definitely be huge. And for Finbarr, crucial.
Finbarr south, Shiina north. Where's it gonna be?
1 second.
It is south!
South. Finbarr able to stay alive from this one. Will it be enough? No. Not enough at all. Still, though, close as can be. Just 18 points now separating the two.
Wow. That's a good comeback by Finbarr.
Huge.
Let's look into the next round. Can he complete the comeback, though? It is not over yet. They are both very tied up, and this is a difficult round in another big country. It's Australia, super red soil. And yeah, let's see what the players region guess here. I think this is a difficult one.
It will be.
If I had to guess, I think I would go for like Queensland. What might be very wrong though.
Is that on vibes or is it?
That is on vibes. There's nothing concrete here that definitely says the state, basically. And I think the players might go for whatever vibes they get.
Big country, no clear info, 3 times multiplier, 1600 health. Is this 2-0 or 1-1?
This is super crucial. Both of them are in South Australia at the moment.
30 seconds.
So they're in the in the same state at least. I think it's very possible that it's there. They're kind of close, but that could still be a lot of points.
Oh, they are right nearby on the wrong side of that water, but still close enough. But again, I mean, look at the damage just done here. Good. 500 sure, but now just 1,000 health left for Shiina.
Might be helpful for Finbarr in the long run, although it's not that much damage at this moment. And now we get Turkey. We have this Turkish bollard here. And let's see what the players can do here. Oh, actually, let's start them off here. But actually, in the distance there, we see a
trash can.
We see a black and yellow chevron, which is not common in Turkey. Usually they use white and red chevrons. Those are regional.
Yeah?
Those are specific to a certain region. I believe the Balıkesir region in the northwest of Turkey. This is exactly where Shiina is zooming. If Finbarr doesn't see the chevron, this could be game for Shiina.
Definitely could be. 1,000 health left, but Shiina plays it cool.
Finbarr sees the chevron, going in the same area. Will Shiina be close though? No, Finbarr slightly closer again.
Again, I mean, we're up to pretty high multipliers already. 300 damage done, Shiina. I'm on the verge of now going, you can't lose another round. Like, under 700 damage with 4 times multipliers, you have to be right on top of one another.
Especially on another big country.
Beautiful,
I think this might be Colombia here. This might also be Ecuador. The mountains look pretty Colombian to me. But there's a lot of possibilities on this round, to be honest. And I think I am very interested to see what the players do here.
Let's see, Shiina.
Getting intense now. We're in round 7.
Antennas. No immediate info to go off of a sign in the distance, but the text seems too pixelated to really figure out exactly what we're working with.
We have some power poles there that they are zooming into. They are just round, which is common in both of the countries that I mentioned, Colombia and Ecuador, so it doesn't really narrow it down.
700 health left for Shiina, but honestly, I mean, 1600 for Finbarr, that's just a couple 100 kilometers off. If Shiina was to get it right, there's no world in which he's out of this one yet.
They both can easily lose or win on this round.
Yes.
Finbarr is going for Ecuador, which is kind of the risky guess in my opinion.
Okay.
I think Colombia is the more obvious one, but both of them in Ecuador.
Both going Ecuador, but far enough apart, I feel like with a 4 times multiplier, this could be game, unless
this could
the correct location is right in between them. Finbarr, you can see, not fully committing to the guess just yet.
Ooh, Shiina just in the middle, Finbarr very south. Where is it gonna be?
Back and forth, we're bouncing
it's
around.
Colombia.
Huge though. Finbarr, we saw a micro adjustment there in the end from the very southern border. A little bit, just a couple 100 kilometers further north. That could be the difference in whether he gets out or not. But a crucial survival here for Shiina.
Funnily enough, if somebody went northern Colombia there, they could have lost.
Yeah,
because
true.
it was so much so south in Colombia.
I mean, you said Colombia and Ecuador and it was on the border. I feel like you won this round.
I mean,
It was right in between.
I think their guesses were just as good as my guess was.
Definitely.
We are in Thailand here, I believe. We have a concrete slab road, which is very common in Thailand and Philippines. These mountains look more Thai to me than Filipino. Shiina, instant lock. Wow. Didn't expect that from his playstyle.
Again, I mean, the player that
Pressure
likes to
on
take
Finbarr.
his time, but pressure is on knowing that he has a couple of rounds on Finn.
Very close to
already,
each other,
or
but
one round,
Finbarr is committing very far west. Shiina more with the hedge. Is it gonna pay off?
Let's see if it does. It is
Finbarr!
Finbarr. The micro adjustments there in the end will win him the no-move round as we, for the first time on the main broadcast, will move into NMPC. And look at the death stare there.
He is focused, but he is also very relieved to have won that game. Huge for Cork and Ireland.
Absolutely crucial.
That was an exciting one, Toby.
Definitely, and the micro adjustments, 2 rounds in a row for Finbarr. One could have lost him the previous game, but this one set him up for victory here in the second one. What a big turnaround there for Finbarr to claw back into that one.
And Toby, do you know what we're going into now?
I do not.
It's the NMPZ. For the first time of the 2024 GeoGuessr World Cup,
Yep.
we are gonna see just one picture.
That's all you get. That is all you get. Take a photo, look at it, and look for the players to have their faces instantly just go into the screen. Because as you said, you cannot zoom with your mouse, so you might as well just do it with your face.
Absolutely. No zooming with the mouse anymore. All you get is this.
Oh, if I could just zoom in on a little tombstone over there on the right side.
This is very interesting. It should be North America. The power pole looks like US or Canada. We also have this little marker here, which is more common in the US, but can happen in Canada.
And NMPZ is definitely rounds where, again, the search for 5Ks, all this stuff, practically impossible. You get...
Yeah.
This is where you get a lot of guesses that tend to be way off, and you go, oh, come on, we've just seen you do all these amazing things, but this is all they have to work with.
This is the hardest discipline of GeoGuessr. If you master NMPZ, then... I don't know. You haven't mastered the game because the other ones are very different skill sets.
Exactly. I was just going to say, because while it's in most ways the hardest,
here,
it's
Toby.
Also one that I feel like it's very...
we have Shiina in Canada, we have Finbarr in US, and it is the US.
Oh, a big loss early on. Shiina going east side Canada, New Brunswick. 2,000 damage done round 1. That is what NMPZ can do to you.
Oh, it's almost 2.5k even. That is crazy damage from Finbarr there. Might be good for him. I mean, he needs this win. He needs this win to advance, and I think he's putting himself in a good spot there in round 1. Round 2, we have short dashes on the side of the road. That should be Sweden again.
Okay, back
pretty hilly for Sweden.
Yeah.
Pretty hilly for Sweden. That might
Northern
be,
Sweden?
Yeah, it might be like northwest Sweden. It gets more hilly in the west usually.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, let's see what the players do here. We see the face zooms from both of them. That is amazing. We're just talking about it.
Exactly. I mean, that's what they gotta do, right? In order to get the info. Both of them are headed to Sweden. On the western side of Sweden, as you said as well, of course, the mountain ridges separating Sweden and Norway.
We both had them in the same town there for a second.
Yeah.
I know they adjusted to the same area again. What is going on here?
It's insane. It's as if they know where we are. We'll see if they do, in fact, know where we are. And they almost do. Wrong side of the lake, but right next to it. Just 5 damage done. An insane round 1 followed by round 2, followed by a more calm round.
I think that was quite a good guess from both of them.
Definitely.
Definitely have to give props where props are due. And this round might be a little bit more tricky. We only have a house that doesn't look super rich, I would say. Looks more like Eastern Europe to me.
Is there a tip of car meta in the bottom with the blue front?
There is, but we are not actually... I wouldn't say for sure that this is the front of the car. It could be the back.
True, that could also be a factor.
But yeah, let's start him off.
Let's get him in. Let's see what they see. And see what they find all for this round 3.
If I would have to guess something, I would probably guess like Romania, maybe Bulgaria, Slovakia. There's a lot of options here. Let's see what our players pick.
I love how they're hovering their mice around in like a oh, if I could zoom in on that. If I could zoom in on this. Cloud meta, maybe that's gonna be a thing.
Cloud meta might be a thing, totally.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the way that Finbarr is looking around, it could just be. It's already zoomed in. It looked to me like it was towards Ukraine. Can't quite make out.
Yeah, he's in Romania right now.
Romania right now.
Which is definitely one of my main thoughts here. Oh, Shiina is considering a different continent.
Okay.
He's in Indonesia.
There's no way this is not game.
I like Finbarr's guess better. Let's see what's it gonna be.
Oh, there's a huge 1 second left. Who's gonna come out victorious here? It's gonna be Finbarr. Shiina with the massive guess, but not paying all for him. 8,000 damage done as Finbarr. He needed the win. He lost the first one, but he claws back into it.
Waving to the camera. He is
Huge.
He is very relieved right now after his first loss. That still puts him in a decent spot to advance
Definitely.
to the knockout games.
Definitely. Both of them now with a win and a loss. And for Finbarr, the reverse sweep, already down a loss in his first match. Then Shiina takes the moving route. Pressure builds. And yet, Finbarr prevails.
It was even crazier. I think Shiina kind of dominated that moving game in a way.
Yeah.
And Finbarr managed to find his footing maybe after 3 losses in the first 3 games that he played. Came back with a vengeance and really, really showed why he's one of the top competitors here.
It was a tough one too. I mean, that no move round. There was so many big blows back and forth, 800 damage, 1,000 damage, then 500, just back and forth all the time. No clear winner. But in the end, Finbarr prevailing in that one, huge. And I mean, for Shiina, any big things? Obviously, the one here in NMPZ was a tricky one. But any big issues that you saw faced on him?
No, I don't think so. I think Shiina definitely played well here. He had one suboptimal guess as the last one, which happens. On NMPZ, it's very easy to miss the continent from time to time. But I think we're gonna hear from Finbarr now.
Yeah, let's hop on over to an interview with the winner of this match.
Finbarr, you did it. How are you feeling after that game?
Pretty good, yeah. It was nice to get the win in the NMPZ there. I was doubting myself after the Mexico-Colombia incident, but managed to bring it back after the no-move on NMPZ.
Yeah, there was a couple hard rounds, kind of some blunder-esque type things. Talk to me about that Japan round. Shiina goes Okinawa, you're Tokyo.
I think it was the other way around. I went Okinawa, he was Tokyo.
Oh, yeah.
But I thought I saw Sugarcane, which I think is like 95% Okinawa probably. And then I also saw what looked like an Okinawa plate. But Okinawa and Tokyo actually use similar poles a lot of the time, so yeah, that was a skill issue.
Yeah, no, all good. It makes sense. So off that win, how are you feeling now, going the rest of the day?
Pretty good, yeah. I mean, I've still got Consus, Blinky, CG to play. Consus, Blinky, obviously, you know, the top 2 from last year, so they're going to be tough opponents, but hopefully I can bring it back.
Yeah, sounds good, man. Best of luck and great game.